take it back to where it all began. But the purpose of night by the sand.
A land of sombre, silent hills where mountain cattle go, by twisted tracks on sidelings deep where giant gum trees grow, and the wind replies in the river oaks to the song of the stream below. A land where the hills keep watch and ward, silent and wide awake, as those who sit by a dead campfire and wait for the dawn to break, or those who watch by the holy cross for the dead Redeemer's sake. A land where silence lies so deep that sound itself is dead, and a gaunt grey bird like a homeless soul drifts noiseless overhead, and the world's great story is left untold, and the message is left unsaid. It feels good to be out in the solitude of a wild place again. The more time I spend in these remote locations, the less sense life back in suburbia seems to make. I'm beginning to find myself wishing the working week away even more than I had before. The sound of the rushing water here is like the white noise of a radio, as I tune out thoughts of the rat race and tune into my new surroundings.
That's some spicy water right there. Very spicy. Pretty cool. The waterfall coming out of that cave. Yum. Yummy. Little wild blackberry. I hope. I've just put on some of that Bush Bees native bee zinc. So if I look like I'm wearing cam cream or makeup or foundation or something, I'm not. So that's that. Magic. Right in there. G'day boys and girls, I hope everyone's been well. Finally out here on another one. I've been hanging out for so long just to get out anywhere really. Between coming down with COVID, losing a couple weekends then, what else? Just the weather, we've been having some serious flash flooding in New South Wales. I know Queensland copped it too, but yeah, so just wasn't ideal to get out anywhere. Now we're here, I'm a long way from home. I'm at Kosciuszko National Park, somewhere in Kosciuszko National Park. I'm not going to tell you exactly where. Some of you, or a lot of you, may have recognised the place already. But yeah, I'm out here for a couple of nights. No real plan. Haven't picked a spot on the map where I'll camp. I'm just gonna go for a walk and see what we find. And it just feels so good to be out here. I've been sort of going back and forth with a few messages with people, which I really enjoy doing, but I realise I haven't been able to get back to some of you, or a lot of you actually. You know, I'll be halfway through a conversation, I'll go to answer some others, couple day passes, and before I know it, I've just completely lost track of the conversation. So I do apologise for that, and I learn a lot from you guys as well. Some of you guys pass on some really good information and some good tips. So anyway, we're back out here. Oh man, beautiful. This place is stunning. Hopefully I can get some more time to cut back at the old regular job and start, having a little bit more time to catch up with everybody. Family too. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking, just keep walking.
This ancient limestone gorge you see before me has been carved out by the running water of the creek that passes through at its feet. One can only imagine what things have come and gone in that time. Many of the rock formations that tower over this area were created more than 400 million years ago. It's a strange thing to comprehend as I pass through these cliffs, like an ant moving through a crack in the pavement. This is my second time back exploring this section of our Alpine region. The Australian Alps is part of the Great Dividing Range, which is a series of mountain and hill ranges and tablelands that runs about 3,000 kilometres from northern Queensland through New South Wales and into the northern part of Victoria. The Alps consist of two biogeographic subregions, the Snowy Mountains, where I am today, here in New South Wales and the Australian Capital Territory, and the Victorian Alps, located in Victoria, also referred to as the Victorian High Country. This is the only region within the Australian mainland that cops an annual dose of snow. As you could imagine, not too many foreigners think of snow when they think of the sunburnt country Australia.
What is going on today, boys and girls? We've done it again. We've gone and done it again. Oh, stop it. Now the sun's creeping out up the back. So I'm thinking infinity pool off the cliff. If it wasn't so late in the afternoon, I'd be inclined to jump in that infinity pool right now. Well, earlier in the day right now, but not right now. Because I don't know if I'd warm up before bedtime and then I might die. I do really want to see what's over the wall though, so let's climb that somehow. Setting up in the dark tonight, don't even care. Alright, we're down that part. Oh, that scared the hell out of me. I just stepped over these rocks right here and this big splash happened, and there was a small trout just like flopping over my foot trying to get over the rock. Scared each other as much as each other. Just goes to show how stealthy I am though, that's for sure. Okay, it happened again. We're bound to see it if I just walk down like this. Tell you what, I don't know about this water business. It's just gonna get steeper and steeper. So I'm gonna go up into the sun. Wait for it. Moment of sun is about to be upon us. If I don't fall over. Oh. Yeah! Yes! We've done it again! Twice in one day. Oh no. That sun he's going over that. He's going over that peak. We gotta get to camp. Wherever that is, we gotta set it up. Oh, beautiful. Don't even care. Scotty taught me a trick when you're out in like pretty wild bush with you know, lots of tall grass and stuff. Use the tripod legs, extend them, and just sort of tap the ground in front of you as you walk along. You know, potentially, hopefully, just sort of scooting off whatever snakes are in there. And I am employing that tactic all the way up this bloody hill because it is all grass and shrubs. And I need to get up there, and I'm not about the snake bites, I'll tell you that. Alright, let's go. I'm camping on top of this hill. There's no way I'm going over it. Alright, I'm in one of those situations where you know you've goofed it. You've gone one corner too far, and now you've just got to make the best of a bad situation. Where am I gonna? Should have bought the hammock. Should have bought the hammock, famous last words. Wilderness. Okay, so I've consulted the old Garmin GPS device. I knew where I was, I know where I am. I always knew where I was, it's just a bloody creek that you follow, it's not hard. But I just wanted to know if there was any tracks either further down that gully or over the other side of this feature, which there is. So I'm just gonna bush bash through there with the old Scotty tripod snake technique and come out at a trail, I hope. So let's crack on. It's so eerily quiet on top of this mountain, or feature I should say. It's all been trampled out here, so I can only imagine it's the wild brumbies, because it's completely flattened, and very recently too. It's making my life easy. It's super quiet. I'm trying to pick up on a horse trail that leads down this feature, down the ridgeline. I've kind of lost it, but yeah, no, it's definitely this way. You know, I really don't want to have to, but this is horse gang territory, and they start making their way up here to sleep for the night, and they come across this bloke with two AK-47s for arms. They might feel threatened and, you know, feel the need to 1v1 me, and might have to put him down, put him out of his misery. I don't want to have to do that though. I really need to be shooting down over that way, but there's a really prominent horse trail that I'm following here, so the brumbies are going to know better than I am how to get off a mountain. They're not going to want to stay up on a mountain forever, so I'm just going to follow this. It'll get me down to the plains one way or another, and I'm way more athletic, so if they can do it, I can. They've got a spy right there doing a bit of a recce on me. Yeah, there he goes. majestic. It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm almost certain that, and people might laugh, I don't know, I could be completely wrong, but just from what I've seen, it's almost like they definitely have sentries. They have sentry horses that sort of stay, 100 metres or so away from the main herd just to keep an eye out. It just seems that way. I could be wrong, but it's pretty cool how quiet it is up here. And just spotting that brumbie. This is some real Australian stuff right here in the Alpine country with the brumbies lost on a mountain. We've come out into this really, really quiet valley. There's a slight, I don't know if I'm pointing at it, but there's a slight rise over there where those nearest gums are. Thinking it could be a good spot to set up there. It's 4:25 now. We don't have heaps of light left. And it looks nice just to catch that last bit of sun up on that tiny little hill in the middle of this valley. Let's do that. Alright, come on then, dinner time. Kangaroos. Alright, here we go. Time for a cook up with Mattsy in the valley of who knows where. Cooking up a little stew today. Don't mind me, I've got the recipe on the old Mobley phone. Carly and I actually cooked this up over the Easter long weekend, and it was actually bloody delicious. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure in Alpine regions, if you're wild camping, you're not allowed to have an open fire, like a wood fire, unless you're using the fireplace inside one of the huts or the designated fire pits at the campgrounds. So I'm happy to play by these rules, of course. So we've got the gas stove, which isn't really going to keep me warm, but it'll cook the food. Those the roos again. Alright. So I've decided from now on, I really just want to cook using this Pathfinder Canteen set. I just wanted to simplify it because sometimes I feel like I'm messing around too much at dinner time, and I like the hiking and the sightseeing is the adventure for me. Obviously in my army days, that's all we had. Our ration packs, main meals would either get heated up in the bag itself or thrown into the canteen or in a jet boil, whatever. I might get a little bit creative with it, but it's just anything that can be cooked in this canteen is how I'm going to keep it. Comes with the canteen bottle, your big old cup, and then it's also got the little, like a firebox, fire stand, which we don't need today because we're cooking with gas. Little Snickers bar for dessert if I'm feeling up to it. Of course I will be. It's got this little 360 gas stove. Chuck that onto here. Alright, let's go. Alright, dice some onion up into here or slice it up. It's just me, so I don't need too much. So we got the onion in there, get the carrot in there, celery in there. Chuck some oil in, pinch of salt and pepper. Okay, they're starting to get a little bit of colour on them. It already smells so good and there's nothing in there but these veggies. So we've added some mushrooms in there, some mixed herbs and some garlic. Alright, I've just added in some flour but I didn't hit record, so just trust me. Balsamic vinegar and soy sauce. Pour it in. Now stir that around and get all that flour that may have become caked onto the bottom. Add in some potato and lentils. Oh, go on. Water and stock does get added to this, so the lentils aren't going to be crispy. Oh, I was meant to put this in at the very start. Forgot all about it. Add those bad boys in, better late than never, I always say. With a starter. And tomato. Okay, add in a stock cube. This one's actually a beef. Bring that to a simmer. Just stepped in my expensive lens. Alright, let's see how this tastes. Perfect meal after a big hike on a cold night. Alright guys, well I'm gonna head to bed. Enjoyed that stew out there, just sort of staring at all the stars, listening to a few horses off in the distance, a couple roos jumping around behind me. It's like really, really lightly snowing. I don't even know if you could call it snow. That's why I put the tarp all the way to the ground on either side, because it's going to be very cold tonight. So I've got the new Alton top quilt. I don't know how I'm going to go with it. I'm really used to a sleeping bag. I really enjoy a sleeping bag. A lot of people don't like that you're so sort of constricted in a sleeping bag. Same with bivvies and stuff like that, but I don't have that problem. So I'm interested to see how I go with this. This is the -10 one. I think they have a -0, -5 and a -10. I could be mistaken. See how we go tonight. I'll let you know in the morning. Also, there's slugs everywhere, like everywhere. They're all over the outside of my bed here, so whatever. Here's what it is, guys. See you in the morning. Outside of my boots has turned to ice. Just gonna stand in the sun, try and get my boots to dry up a little bit. That's so nice. All that grass down there where I was cooking last night, it's all frosted over. I'll give you a closer look. Oh jeez, that is bloody cold to hold in the head. All these tiny little icicles all over it. Well, not really icicles. Yeah, pretty cool. You know the go, just the usual. Okay, goodbye humble abode. Little peaceful quiet valley. So it's about 10 a.m. I told myself I was going to have a pretty slow, relaxed start. I just wanted to enjoy the morning, and also having that roughly 6-hour drive yesterday, probably even a little bit longer. So I wanted to get a good night's sleep, hopefully get a good night's sleep tonight as well, and then don't feel too bad for the drive home. Okay, so I checked the maps and I can make it down to that river again on this other side. Whoop, bit of a bog. And there's a couple of huts over this direction which I thought I'd see if I could get to. Okay, absolute bog through here. This could end perilously. I think it's roughly about 3 k's down to the river, 4 and a bit k's, 4.5 k's to get to the actual hut. It just depends. Just depends how we go on this walk, really. What the terrain's like, that'll dictate how long it takes and how many k's it actually is. I did base that off the topographic maps, so it should be pretty accurate. Hopefully we see some brumbies. Just quickly point out, and anyone who knows a lot about horses will be able to tell me if I'm right or wrong, but along these tracks that the brumbies have made themselves, every now and again they leave a big communal pile of poo, and I can only gather that that's to mark for their herd that they're on the right track. It would seem a bit strange for them all to poo in the exact same spot if it wasn't as some sort of marker for an actual purpose. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Animals are very clever. Very interesting how they all have their own ways of getting by in life. Oh yeah, don't think I forgot about filling you guys in on the Alton Goods quilt. I'm going to talk about that tonight because I learned a few things in the middle of the night. One, how to use it properly, and also just some tips on how to get the most out of it. So I'll let you know. I didn't freeze to death though, so that's a good sign. It's a good start. Wow, look at this cool little bird's nest. Sort of all mossy. It's perfect though, isn't it? It was just on the ground. I don't know if birds reuse things like this, but I might leave it somewhere. That's crazy craftsmanship. This is what I love about being out here. Every day, I've said it before, every day brings something new. No matter how minute or how grand, there's always something new. Even in the same place. It's never quite the same twice. Big shroom. Let's eat it. Wants to go this. Staunched them out once again. So I've dropped down into this lower lying creek line, and I'm just going to parallel it all the way to where the plains are, and there's a couple of huts in that vicinity. So I came down off that ridge line, followed some horse trails down here, and they led me to water. beautiful out here. Ooh. It's beautiful out here. It's so still and quiet and fresh air. That was pretty cool. I was within about maybe 15 metres of those guys, closer, maybe even 10 metres. They didn't know I was there. Not until I decided to push my luck and take another step forward. Unreal. Anyway, let's get over this plain. Hopefully we'll see heaps more. Okay, so I've popped out just up in that far corner there into this big open field. Goes back into bushland here, but it's reasonably close, maybe another 400 or 500 metres down to the river. So we'll head down there. I believe there's a track there, and then we'll follow that out to the plains. Good to be in some open space there. You probably missed about an hour of just up, down, skirting ridge lines through some relatively thick bush. So let's crack on. Okay, well we found the track as promised. It's a vehicle track. You can see both those trails there. Now you can see something off in the distance, some kind of old building, so it could be a hut. We'll see. Let's go see who's home, hey? Got some time for lunch.
There are over 200 original huts still standing across the Alps, 70 of which are here in Kosciuszko National Park, some dating back as far as the 1860s. The huts were used by settlers as a place to stay while grazing their cattle during the summer. Some were used by gold miners, foresters, and government workers. This one here was built by a wealthy company, Australian Estates of Cooma. In the 1930s, it was actually a luxury location with electricity and hot water.
Welcome to Pocket's hut. And ain't it good to be here? Look at this. Look at the view this guy had. Before we head in here, this hut's actually relatively easy to get to. You can follow a trail, but I went and checked out those waterfalls first, and then I took an absolute scenic route to get here. So you can come and see these huts and you don't have to bush bash like I did. Anyway, let's head inside Pocket's hut. How's that for a fireplace? Little study, little desk. That's unreal. The fire kit here. Wow. Some old horseshoes. Stalls. Dining table. Bit of a cook set. We'll check out this room. Oh, the old bed. The old bed. Being replaced with the much sturdier pallet bed. Mirror so you could check his hair in the morning, make sure his moustache and beard's all sorted. Oh, that's nice. Someone knew I'd want to get one for the gram here with a couple of flowers. Alright, let's see what else this place has. Little hook on the ceiling where he would have hung like a lantern. Or a candle lantern, whatever, I don't even know. Oh, look out, very fancy. He's got the pillow. Nice view out there. Table. What do we got in this door? We'll sign the logbook. Let's do it. Silly Swagman and his followers. Ooh, original chairs, no doubt. Let's see what we've got here. "30th of December 2009. Sorry to enter this note 2 days early, but the book has just been hand-delivered at lunchtime. Enjoying our day walk to this clean, tidy and well-presented hut. Keep it this way. Marilyn and Henry Sutherland Bushwalking Club." It's pretty cool. And I will leave it this way. Okay, what do we got? Saturday, 23rd of April, 2022. Took the scenic route from blah 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 falls. Lovely hike, stopping in for lunch before finding camp for the night on my way back. Beautiful place, let's look after it. Mattsy, aka the Silly Swagman, and his followers. You guys. Kiss hug, kiss hug. Sealed with a kiss. Go ya. Got another Campers Pantry meal. This one is mango curry chicken. Chicken cooked in a delicious mango curry sauce with pasta, herbs and spices. 100% real meat, real ingredients, tasty, nutritious, fast and light. Made in Tasmania. Oh, let that sit for, what is it, 10 minutes? Yep. Stir it every now and again. And I've got a nice Coca-Cola to wash it down with. Not a bad word to say about the Crossfire pack, eh? The DG3 Slick. I did a little review video on it and ran you guys through it. I already knew it was a great pack, but just bush bashing through all those features on the way here, it just sits really nicely on the back. Everybody's different with their body and their packs and the size of the pack and how tall or short you are. But I really like the way that one sits. For anybody who hasn't watched the review video, you can go check it out, but you can actually get 10% off the Crossfire range if you use the code TheSillySwagman10 as like the discount code at checkout. Alright, let's see how this tastes. Tell you what, I scorched my tongue on that stew last night. My tongue is not ready for this meal to be too hot. That's actually really nice. I had a really poor introduction to like ready-to-eat meals or ultralight meals from ration packs in the army. Like some of them were just absolute slop. But also, you're eating them every day for like a month, so you're gonna get sick of them. Yeah, this is really nice. Campers Pantry, so I've had this is like my third maybe fourth meal of theirs so far. I've had the bolognese as well, and I can't remember what that was that I had on that trip with Scotty, but that was good too. I want to do the 6-foot track in the Blue Mountains, so I'll probably take a bunch of these. It's just so much easier. Happy with that. Alright, I'll enjoy this and then we'll hit the road.
The Snowy Mountains has a rich and romanticised history with horses brought in by European settlers, the first of which arrived with the first fleet in 1788. By 1800, there were roughly 200 horses in Australia and 3,500 by 1820. Horses were a necessity to settlers for transport, agriculture, mining, and of course police work. By 1850, the horse population had grown to 160,000. It is, however, the ancestors of the escaped horses that have been etched in the iconic image of this region, referred to as the wild brumbie.
That guy is massive. He's so far away and he still looks massive. Might not pick it up in the camera, but the big fella saw me as I was walking past on the other side of this valley, and he like turned, paused, and was just staring at me, and then he just started trotting down towards my direction. Just found his girlfriend, and is she pregnant? Or has she been recently? Keep walking, mate. It's really cool, he's actually just protecting his girlfriend there. I'll let him go. Yeah, I'll let him go. Next time. That's such a wicked noise.
The first report of an escaped horse dates back to 1804. Since then, their numbers have grown to the tens of thousands, before being brought back down again due to acknowledgement of the damage these hooved animals were causing to the native ecosystem. Currently, there are an estimated 14,000 feral horses in Kosciuszko National Park, with plans in place to have that number reduced further to 3,000 by 2027.
Come on, me boy, just having a shower. Come for the gun show. Oh, it's chilly stuff. Oh, right on the bits. Oh. Whew. Fresh Alpine frozen ice water. Probably been 100 years since I've seen a man take a bath in this river or this creek. Swagman's back, baby.
I'm not afraid to admit though, that being able to witness these creatures roaming through these high plains while they still can is a beautiful sight to see.
Look at them just staring. So cool. Holy crap, look at this beast rocking through the set. Oh, he's massive. Good looking rooster too. Majestic. Meanwhile, I'm just standing here in my underpants. I stood up to put my pack on my back, and I noticed that these two older hikers that I saw where I parked my car must have been walking past while I was in my underpants talking to the horses. And then as I realised that, these two guys on bikes rode past, and I was like, man, like it's one long straight stretch, so they would have seen me from 3 kilometres away. See them there in the distance. Just so you know, I'm not fibbing. Oh, that would have been quite a sight. Good times. See you guys. Probably see all of them tonight at some stage. They'll probably come and try to staunch me out of where I sort of plan to camp, because they all seem to rut up around this bend at night time, which is close, relatively close to the car park, which is where I plan to camp for the final night. So let's just get there. See you dudes. Finally got a few real on camera. I've only seen two big ones bounding through the bush today. So yeah, there you go. They're out here. Few wombat holes around here, a lot of them. Alright, this is the spot for tonight. I'll string up between there and there, lay along here. Look at this view, got a nice big log here to sit on. You beauty. Let's do it. Only 2 k's back to the car in the morning too. Alright guys, so I'm using the Alton Goods ground setup for this trip. It's the first time I've used it. I've got the ground sheet all pegged down now. I've got the bug net that'll clip into this as well. I've got the Alton Goods sleeping mat. I really like this sleeping mat. This is the, what do you call it, the insulated version. So anyway, I want to show you the Alton Goods top quilt. Now I did struggle with this last night. I've never used one. I've only ever used a sleeping bag. You just slide into it and that's about it. You zip it up, whatever, it's good to go. Now with this, there's a little more to it. However, if you use a top quilt and you prefer a top quilt, as a lot of people do, because they don't like being cocooned in, then this is probably one of the better ones on the market. And I only say that because of the way it attaches down to your sleeping mat, and I'll show you that now. See, I stuffed this up, and I didn't do it last night, and I actually worked it out about 2 hours into hopping into bed, when I was already starting to get quite cold. So basically, this is the top quilt. It's upside down at the moment, and it comes with these 2 straps that clip in either side of the quilt. So there's one here, one here. Undo them at either side. You can just slide it over, but it's easier just to press the button and pop it around like so. I'm not sure exactly where I need that. We'll pop it about there. And then this one, with the quilt, get this side first, or whatever, it's just the easiest way I found. And clip them in, clip it in on this side. Okay, so you get into your sleeping bag, put your feet in the nice sock section at the end, we'll call it. And then you're meant to get these buttons. Theoretically, the idea of it is you clip that up behind your neck so that it keeps the sleeping bag down around your neck like that. I look funny. I look like I'm about to turn into a beautiful butterfly. So anyway, yeah, I found that button just, it comes undone way too easily. But once I worked out those straps, that made the sleep far more comfortable. So yeah, I can understand if you are someone who does not like a sleeping bag and prefers a top quilt, I reckon this is a great option. I can't imagine using a quilt without these because the cold air just comes straight in. Anyway, I finished setting up and I'll have a drink. I feel really awkward down here. I just finished setting up and I was leaning down to pick up my thermals and I just like glanced up and those mountains were all red. Wow. Oh man, look, and it's already just about gone. If I hadn't looked up, I may have missed that. Thought I'd lost it again. My little friend here. Cracking black spiced rum. Oh yeah. Pretty cool little bottle, hey? Perfect little travel size. No sponsor yet. Hopefully Dog and Gun don't sue me for drinking alcohol. This is not Dog and Gun sponsored. Well, the coffee part is, not the whiskey part. Not the rum part, correction. Let's twist the lid on this little guy, ever so carefully. Do have a 6-hour drive tomorrow, so don't want to finish the whole bottle if you know what I mean. Delicate. Thank you, horse. A true gentleman's drink. Save a little bit. Don't get full buckled. How many standard drinks in this little guy? Doesn't even say. Reckless. Oh, I hear it. Oh, takes the full can. Cheers, boys and girls. What a bloody ripper trip, eh? Here we go. Oh. Nailed that mix. There is a horse grunting something fierce behind me. Alright. Man. I'm gonna go sit down and then we'll talk. G'day, mate. Well, I'm glad I was able to get out on this adventure and like just to piece something together for you guys as much as for myself. Thanks for sticking around, guys, and like I always say, thank you so much for your support. I can't believe it, like, yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Cheers. Just had to show you that. I was going through all my dead batteries trying to find one with 5 seconds worth of battery left in it. Freezing cold night. Silly Swagman.
Take it back to where it all began. But the purpose of night by the sand.